Hey, panelers, I'm Mark,
And I am Rob.
and this is going to be a little bit of a promo of what we're covering within the next 2 months because we got two amazing shows that are coming out, and we love to talk about this. Right now, we have coming up September 29th, Gen V, which is the next iteration of The Boys. And the following week, October 6th, guess what comes out? Loki Season 2. So I'm kind of ramped up for this because we haven't had a little bit of The Boys in us. We haven't seen Loki in a while. So Rob, Steve, Frank, our friend Kelly, Jason, a whole bunch of people are really looking
Everybody's going
forward
to
to
be
it.
on.
Everybody's going to be on. We're going to have fun with this. So we're covering these shows episodically. They might be combined ventures, but keep that in mind because when we do, they're going to be side-by-side images on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, so that you can leave your comments below. But first, we're going to move right along into Gen V. So, Rob, what were your thoughts of the Gen V promo that came out?
So the promo, I'm going to be very honest with you. It seems like it's the Xavier School for mutants, except, in the boys universe.
Okay.
And then, of course, the one thing that I got out of it was because it's supposed to be a commercial. So it's a commercial for in that world that they're doing a commercial for this university to promote the university. And so everybody's, very gung ho about, come and join us and, and you're going to learn so much and all these things. But that these episodes are going to have so much things going on behind the scenes, and it's not going to be all happy go lucky. So that's what I look forward to is what I would say the energy and what made The Boys such a great show. Hopefully it translates to Gen V and we get to see, a lot of of course, I'm hoping that it's going to be rated R. I'm hoping this is not like a PG-13 thing.
Oh,
Because,
no.
You're right. So, but if it could do that, if it could actually be, rated R, just like The Boys and everything, and kind of like the conniving things that were happening with The Boys and all these things, I think this is going to be a very special show. Absolutely.
Yeah, I look forward to it myself. I'm looking definitely into a lot of people that I love, especially the person that presents to the university as like a university for people who are specially gifted. Mr. Clancy Brown himself, who plays Professor Rich Brinkenharf. And oh my goodness, I love that. You get the Kurgan himself.
The
As a
Kurgan
professor.
himself. Yeah, no, absolutely.
So on top of that, we're looking forward to other people. Jensen Ackles has made some Instagram posts of him saying, "You'll be seeing me soon." There have been talks about Jeffrey D. Morgan making an appearance, possibly other people that were involved within The Boys itself. Now, mind you, listeners, this was based off of it was like based off of like a trade paperback, which was called I'm forgetting, but all right, I didn't have this prepared. But all right, yeah, it basically is based off a paperback from The Boys. It's a volume 4. So this is the next iteration or next generation. So they're actually doing these things within the show. So they're taking people or kids that were injected with the V compound and obtain these powers, and literally it's like a 90210 episode, I think, and them learning how to deal with their powers and social gatherings,
Right.
as it
It gave
were.
me that. It gave me that vibe. You're right. It gave me the whole 90210 vibe, and hopefully it's not in that direction. Or if it is, hopefully it's going to be more of the really rated R version with superpowers.
Oh yes.
So,
We already got that with The Boys. I'm assuming that we're getting the same treatment that we did with The Boys with this. So now you're looking at younger actors,
right?
And portraying people who are learning how to adapt and use their abilities or being trained to use their abilities. Who knows if it's for sexual preference or vicious preference? Who knows? And we've already seen that the last season of The Boys when it came to sexual preference with
Right.
that one orgy thing. Okay.
That was a
But
great episode, by the way. By
it,
the
it
way,
was.
just so you know, so this is actually based off the boys comic book story arc. Is called We Gotta Go Now.
Yep, we
And that
gotta
was
go now.
done by that was done by Garth Ennis and Derek Robinson. So
Yeah.
yeah, that should be very interesting.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to what we get to witness and to get to talk about. So obviously, as always, panelers, no holds barred. We're gonna say what we feel and we're gonna talk about what we like, even if it's disgusting, perverse, who knows, whatever. We're gonna have fun with it. Steve will be involved, Rob will be involved, I'll be there, our friend Kelly, Jason, like Rob had said before, we're gonna have a slew of people that'll be jumping in on this and having fun discussing about Gen V, which is the new iteration of the boys until we get the actual boys season. What would be what, 4?
Yeah, it would be season 4. I'll be very interested because if you were telling me that this is probably like a prequel, or no, it's after the boys season 4, or
Correct.
is this going to be actually in parallel with season 4? That's what I'm wondering.
I'm curious too because I'll admit it, I have not read the book. I do not know. So if you listeners out there, if you're keen on this and you have been reading, because I'm not the one who's been a reader, I have like a couple of the trades, the first 2, but I've read them thoroughly in comparison and read them and compared it to the actual show. Doesn't really compare, but
it's loosely based. I would say, it's loosely based. As a matter of fact, this one they say is very loosely based, that it's going to have it's been inspired by the Hunger Games.
Okay.
And it's also a parody on Marvel Comics X-Men. So I think that's going to be very interesting.
I think there's a lot of sexuality and a lot of brutality that's going to happen within this particular show. So hold on to your butts, everybody. We're in for a ride. And I think, especially since it's a boy-centric show, we're in for our ride.
Absolutely.
So, all right. And next up, we're going to be covering Loki season 2. Now, this comes out October 6th. And just like I said before with Gen V, we're going to be covering it episodically. If both clash and gets to that point where we have to combine both, we'll tell you, hey, if you don't want to hear about Loki or Gen V, skip ahead or don't skip ahead.
Right.
Or just end it at the point when we stop or start into the next episode. So we're not sure exactly. We'll find out when we get to the point of recording and we'll let you know. But Loki season 2, I'm geared up for this because it's been a while. We got to see a lot more about Loki because in the promo, we got Ki-Hai Kwan, who we all remember as Short Round and in the Goonies.
Right.
And I'm looking forward to seeing him because he's like kind of like that like gadget guru for the TVA, and he's there, and supposedly Mobius brings Loki there because he's out of time, and Mobius doesn't have a clue as to who the hell he is, and he's trying to figure it out because apparently Loki mentions everything that had happened within a heartbeat to get him to where these logistics laboratories are. So and then trying to figure out why he's phasing in and out.
Right.
And then we do get to see a little bit more of Sylvie, which is the female version of Loki. And we get a McDonald's reference in it too from some of the promos that we got. Supposedly they're doing a cross promotion too with not just Loki, but also with McDonald's, because just
product placement.
Yeah, product placement. What did they do? I'm forgetting. What was the Disney movie where they had the Szechuan sauce?
Oh my God, yes. Shoot. I recall that, but I don't recall the movie itself, where all of a sudden the Szechuan sauce was going on eBay for like
And
200, 300. And it's like, and people are paying for that. And I'm like, dude, you could just go get Szechuan sauce from the supermarket, man.
Well, it was their own, and it was their own particular marketing brand and an own ingredient, and everybody was buying it in bulk, and then they were keeping on to it, and they were selling it online. They're doing the same thing. So
Right.
there's something going on with Loki with that. So those of you who are enthusiasts and you're gonna go grab all you can.
Well, we'll have to see. But yeah, I think Loki, it's interesting because Loki was one of those few shows on Disney Plus that was received very well compared to some of the other Marvel properties. And so I'm looking forward to see what they do with this. I was never big into the Kang character, and I'm still not really big into it. I really think that that character should not have been what I would call the next Avengers event. I think that Secret War should have been that, but and I think Kang should have just been a Disney show, but they're doing the reverse, whatever. But the one thing I look forward to, which I thought was great from the first season,
Yeah.
was the dynamic between Loki and the character. I forgot what the
Mobius. Yeah.
Mobius. Right. So the character of Mobius, I love their dynamic. I love
It
the
was like
way
Tango and Cash.
it was a buddy cop type of thing.
Exactly.
And I'm looking forward to that part of it. I'm hoping, honestly, I really am hoping we don't see much of Kang, but I'm sure this is still going to be based off of the whole Kang thing.
It's going to be more Kang centric. And by the way, just to let you listeners know, we were talking about the movie Milan with the Szechuan sauce. So they're going to do the same thing. They're going to do a cross marketing with Loki season 2 as well as McDonald's. So those you McDonald's fans who love McDonald's, you can go out there and buy this new sauce because you could see Mickey D's on Sylvie. Because she's actually working at a McDonald's.
Please don't feed the machine, because that's all. I mean, come on, people out there, listen to me. Don't spend your money on the most stupid thing, which is a little packet of sauce. That's the most dumbest thing I've ever seen. All right. I mean, enjoy the show. If you want to go get McDonald's, great, but don't go crazy on that. That's just the most. You're basically what you're doing is just giving your hard-earned cash to some numbnut in his home who was lucky enough to go to McDonald's, buy a packet of sauce, and then sell it on eBay.
That is true, but you know what? I would just grab a few just for fun and leave them off to the side, knowing me they'll burst out of the heat.
So you could sell them saying that they were, casualties of war or something.
They were too excited, so they exploded. I don't know. But the people to look forward to is not only Tom Hiddleston as Loki, Sophia Di Martino as Sylvie. We got Jonathan Majors coming back as He Who Remains, Elle Wilson as Mobius, M. Mobius, Tara Strong as Miss Minutes. And honestly, we get like some sort of Ghostbusters looking Miss Minutes coming out in one of the promos, which is really, really cool. Apparently, we get Ravonna back, maybe classic Loki. Ki Huy Kwan, who actually plays Our Burrows. That's the name of the character he plays. Supposedly, Mark Ruffalo makes an appearance as Bruce Banner.
Really?
Yep.
He's going to be in it too?
Yeah, he's supposedly going to be in it. Eugene Cordero, who you would all know from Tacoma FD, and he plays the Filipino or actor that's in there in Tacoma FD. He plays a character in there called Casey. We get B-15 from Wunmi Masaku and Jack Veal as Kid Loki, as well as possibly Clark Gregg as Phil Coulson.
Right. Wow.
Frank Grillo as Crossbones.
Wait, Coulson?
Yes.
Oh,
Coulson.
wow.
If they do bring him back, but mind you, this is from IMDb for Loki season 2. We could be lied to, but if we get Clark Gregg, I'll be happy.
Okay.
But, because I just love the idea of Coulson, not from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., from the actual original Avengers movies. But we're going to get a slew of different characters. We get Jasper Sitwell as well by Maximiliano Hernandez and Dubia Oprai, who plays Boastful Loki, which we saw at one point last season as well as Kelly Fleming as young Sylvie.
Right.
But whether or not we get these characters or not, because people like to throw in things on IMDb and they could be wrong. but we know the main characters are there, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of them. As far as what we're going to get, my feeling is I'm sure they're going to move more into the Jonathan Majors He Who Remains character.
Right.
And a character that we were, I would say, teased at from Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania at the very end.
Right.
With that ending, that end credit scene where we saw him in the past.
Yeah, we saw him like in a theater or something like that.
Correct. Back in like the 30s or 40s. And that's where you saw Loki and Mobius at the same time looking, and he goes, "That's him." So yeah, we're gonna get that story.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very interesting. By the way, also, so post-production on this and visual effects are going to be done by the Frame Store, Industrial Light and Magic, of course, and there's actually like about 6 other ones, and then music is also going to be done by the same composer, Natalie Holt, who did the composition for the first season, so that's going to be done there. And talking about marketing, McDonald's really, like I just read, really just got into this. They converted a McDonald's in Brooklyn to a 1982 theme as it appeared in the season starting on August 30th. For 3 days, they did that. That was pretty crazy.
It is crazy.
So McDonald's like so into this. There are other products placements in there, but McDonald's really the one pretty much forking over a lot of money.
Yeah, the promotion of it too. And honestly, it's kind of like back in the day when we had Batman Forever and we had those McDonald cups.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
no, absolutely. And principal photography actually began on June 13th in 2022 at Pinewood Studio. So they're going back there again, and it's pretty cool.
Star Wars was actually made too.
Star Wars was made also there. So this is I'm looking forward to this. I think this is actually going to be great.
It's going to be fun, I think. And like I said, listeners will be episodically, so once a week.
Right.
It's either we're getting both Gen V and Loki at the same time, and we'll say, well, skip ahead if you don't want to hear this one, or we might alternate, so we don't know until we start recording. So keep that in mind. But we're looking forward to it and looking to have fun. If you have any thoughts of the particular series and what you're looking forward to, please go to our Facebook group. All you have to do is go to facebook.com/panels to pixels. If you want to send an email, all you have to do is send that to panels2pixels1@gmail.com. That's panels. 2 is spelled out TO and then pixels and the number 1@gmail.com. Just write out a regular texted email. Or if you want to just record yourself, do so and just send it as an attachment. We'll play it. But other than that, we'll see you on Facebook and Instagram. Remember, Panels to Pixels podcast. That's all you have to do.
Awesome.
And thanks to the one and only John Hamm for liking our podcast presentation of Good Omens Good Omens season 2 episodes 5 and 6. So we did the finale as a 2-parter into one. So thank you. Thank everybody for listening. Or thank everyone for listening. Jeez, listenings. All right. I'm Mark.
I'm Rob.
And this was Panels to Pixels podcast. We'll talk to you guys later.
Take it easy.
Bye-bye.